There's the plaza. We're right off the plaza. We're at the Plaza Galleria, and we are broadcasting. We're streaming this live. I hope there are people tuning in. And you know what? What I'm really hoping for is that you guys might email me, and it's Harlan at NDN1. So that's 3 letters, NDN, and then 1. The numeral 1.com. And if you email me, I'll try. We're going to try to send out tweets on Twitter, and we'll see it. We'll see how that goes. But the whole idea right now is to bring you to Indian Market, and we're just right off the plaza. And we're going to bring you different guests. We're gonna take you live here pretty soon, right on the plaza. And what I want to do right now is the Best of Show is the most prestigious event, the award, the Best of Show. I mean, what if you were an Indian artist and your whole goal was to become the best? Well, I'm telling you right now, Indian Market, Santa Fe Indian Market, gives you an opportunity to be the best. It's like the Super Bowl. Don't you think, Harmon? It's like the Super Bowl of Indian art. Yeah. It really is. And so this is the Super Bowl. We're here bringing you coverage of the Super Bowl of Indian art. And we had a chance to meet with the Best of Show. And, you know, the thing is that she actually won the title. I'm looking for my papers here. She won Best of Show. And when you win Best of Show, it just catapults you into a different realm. It really does. Here at Indian Market, I mean, this is, you have to understand. We're Douglas, who has just been awarded Best of Show here at the 2015 Santa Fe Indian Market. Congratulations, Carol.
Thank you so much.
And were you, of course, you weren't expecting it, but
of course
when
not.
they called your name, what happened?
Well, my cousin was sitting with me and she started crying, and then she hugged me in, and I couldn't believe it. I was so shocked. It was just unexpected, totally. I was just so happy just to have my basket win Best of Class. And,
right, which would happen just minutes before.
And I thought I was done, so I just kind of just relaxing, and then, you know, when I heard my name, I just almost fell over.
That is totally awesome. And I was just looking at, you know, where did you learn that craft? Because I mean, to win Best of Show at Santa Fe, I mean, you have to have such precision, such culturally based storytelling. And where did you first learn the basket weaving?
I learned basket weaving in Seattle. I live in the Seattle area now, and
okay.
I took a basket weaving class there. That's where it started.
Really? How long ago was that?
About 20 years now.
Okay, so it wasn't like last week.
Oh no,
Okay.
no. And so this wasn't part of my culture when I was growing up.
Right.
Where my mother was.
And that's kind of why I'm asking that, because you grew up in Oklahoma,
right?
And you are Seminole and Northern Arapaho.
Yeah, okay. And both of my parents are, you know, they didn't grow up with any traditional skills.
Okay.
As far as like beadwork or you know, anything like that. Since
so,
they were.
So this is something that you picked up after you. Now, is it something that are you married?
Yes. Yes.
And because I already met your nephew's girlfriend, and she kind of gave me some tips. And he's from Heidelberg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Michael Douglas. Yeah.
Okay. So. Did that inspire you to take a class or to get involved in this particular class of art?
Well, actually, when my kids were real little, I was kind of looking for something to do to keep busy, so I took a drawing class with the Seattle Art Museum, and it just didn't do it for me. You know, it was so there was a basketry class in Seattle which I took, and I learned that I could work better with my hands instead of trying to transfer something to a canvas or something. Yeah. So and then. So I just kind of did it as a hobby for a while, and then, didn't know I could do any shows or anything. The first show I actually did
when did you really get serious?
In 1998, there was a show in Portland. It was Northwest Native Art Show in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
So, and that's where I got the bug. So, ever since
and you
then,
haven't looked back since.
As long as I can get into the markets, I do them.
Okay. So. And so, but to win the what was the basketry and weaving class?
Yes.
I mean, what was it like to hear your name? But you already got that called yesterday, right?
Yes. For
what
the
was that
festive
like?
class. Well, I know I should.
To know all that hard work.
Oh yeah, it was just unbelievable. When I got the call, I just couldn't believe it. It was because there's such good competitors. I guess call them competitors.
Competition and
wonderful
other great
basket
artists,
weavers.
Right?
Yeah. So I was, I was just happy to win a ribbon, any kind of ribbon for recognition.
Had you placed before here at NDN Market?
Yeah, every now and then. Yeah. So, but nothing like this. This is the first. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Okay,
Carol.
thank you.
What do you think about best of show? I mean, that was just to get best of show is just.
Well, the best of show is like the culmination of a year's worth of work with 1,000 Indian artists that all participate and submit their work to be viewed by the world, and the kind of represents a living legacy or a heritage of Indian art that's transmitted by multi-generations that have been in Indian Market. So what you're seeing is the best of the best, according to the judges, of all of the work that's been produced over the past year and submitted. But the best of show is really the cherry on top of the sundae, which is on top of a big plate, which is on top of a big table, which is on top of every Indian artist's thought to be part of a kind of a celebration for Indian art. Indian Market, as you know, has been going on for 94 years now, having started on the plaza and continually expanding to the point now it reaches an international audience, brings in close to 100,000 people into Santa Fe, tripling its size.
It's amazing. I mean, it's just amazing. You actually have to be there, and we want to take the audience out there because on NDN1 Network or NDN1.com, Native Media Network, we want to do this kind of thing. We have the capability, we have the desire to bring you live coverage of Indian Market. And even if you look outside right now, there are exciting things going on, and we're going to take a camera out there in just a few minutes. But go ahead, Harlan. And let's talk about the historians.
As Indian Market is a platform for Indian art, it sets the standard for excellence and quality and innovation. There are many different innovation awards that are out there, as well as art, pottery, basketry, painting. It really represents the entire pantheon of Indian art. We, as Native Media Network, want to create the same platform only for literacy within Indian country, to bring about the knowing part of culture to
And
bring
how do you
about
know
the
what you
legacy.
know? I mean, you and I talked about that, and you posed an interesting question about literacy. And it's not about reading and writing. It's about how do you know what you know. And
It's the experience.
Yes.
It's the experience of watching your grandmother making pottery. It's the experience of watching your grandfather painting, whether it's ledger art, whether now as it's progressed into really a modern art form that's in all of the world's museums. And we kind of want to celebrate that this whole weekend, dedicating our entire programming to bringing you Indian Market. Subsequently, it'll be archived, so at any point you can go in and look and celebrate Indian Market 2015 throughout the whole year.
that's a great point. And okay, so what we want to do next, because we are bringing you coverage, and I'll tell you what, it started on Thursday night. We're here Saturday morning, and it started on Thursday night. There's a new event called The Edge, and it's this media that's been evolving and has become part of Indian Market. And you know, there's so many artists out there that they're brand new, and there's a whole, I mean, you know, we could talk about sculptures, paintings, and all, and those are awesome. I mean, there's this new segment of the Indian market that has been brought in the last 6 or 7 years. And I credit Swaya. Because they've had the vision to recognize that this is a big part of it. And one of the things that they added about, I don't know, but maybe 15 years ago, we're hoping to have Kevin Gover in here, the director
and the tireless
National Museum
champion for Indian art for past 40 years.
Exactly. And so, I mean, he's a recognizable name. We're hoping to have him in here. We got a lot of things coming up that we're going to bring you during this coverage. And but one of the things I want to bring to you now, okay, so they have a Class X, which is moving images.
Yes.
And it's film, basically. I mean, they call it moving images.
It's an art form.
But you know what? Sometimes we call it video, we call it film, but anymore it's totally different.
Yeah.
It's a moving image.
There's one thing I'd like to pick up on a little bit of what you said earlier, in that we're here to validate Indian art. A lot of people say, oh, we're here to preserve culture, we're here to preserve this. You preserve pickles. Culture is a moving thing. It moves along with the people that are moving with it, which represents a whole new generation of Indian artists that are taking a traditional art form and moving it and progressing it into their interpretation of the world. Because the artists that are here are no longer in the 50s, they're no longer here in the 30s. They are here as much of the Moby generation as you can find. And this level of technology, any 15-year-old will tell you is where the world is going. So we're here to validate the art and bring it to a whole new audience rather than preserve an old art. The museums do that. We're here to be live and bring you that content.
Well said. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, is we're going to show you a trailer, and this is from the best of Class X, and we're going to show you the entire award show here in a little bit, but we're bringing you live coverage of the Santa Fe Indian Market 2015. We're right off the plaza, Plaza Galleria. I'm here with Harmon Houghton. My name is Harlan McCosto, and I'm from the Sac and Fox Nation of Oklahoma. And I'm proud to say that my mother is from the Iowa Nation of Oklahoma. And I met a young man yesterday, Kyle Bell. He's from the Creek Nation. And I think it's called Galapagos Creek Nation. And so I hope I get that right, Kyle. But there's a lot of exciting things happening. I mean, just a lot of exciting things.
Kyle represents the new world.
Exactly. But here's what I want to show. I want to show this trailer that he won Class X. And the reason they call it Class X is because there's 9 classes of art, and we'll go through it here pretty soon. But then they added another one, Class X, which is the Roman numeral 10, right? Okay. And so they added that in, and that was just a few years ago. Now they have 11 classes. Because they added another one for basketry, which Carol Douglas won, and then she won Best of Show, which she showed earlier. Okay, so Leon, if we can roll that.
I think like creatively, I was just into drawing for a long time, like ever since I was a kid. It wasn't until maybe around late 2007, 2008 that I became aware of the graffiti scene. It changed everything for me. You don't even really understand in the beginning what kind of journey it's going to take you on, but I think that in order to become great at what you do, it really boils down to how you feel about yourself and how you feel about your own artistic creativity and your own expression. You know, I think it comes from like a belief in oneself and pushing yourself to the limits as far as you can take it.
Wow, you know what? That was awesome. And that's the kind of thing that we're talking about. There's a new art form in Native America, and we're not trying to say that the old art forms are not important, because I mean that's what sustains it. We're talking about the continuity of culture. We're talking about the stories, and a lot of people don't recognize that these art pieces they come from the past. They have stories to tell. They have important information that, if you really look at them, they have this whole network of stories across the whole Turtle Island. And so that's what we're talking about today. We're broadcasting here from the Indian Market, Santa Fe, New Mexico, 2015. And so what we're trying to do is bring you coverage. If you can't be here, then we're trying to bring it to you on the internet. And it's NDN1.com. It's the Native Media Network. And I want to bring in a very special guest right now. And you're welcome to come in anytime you like. So come on in here. And this is what we're going to continue to do all day. We're going to be broadcasting for the next couple of hours. And Eloise Gallia.
Gallia. Yeah. Truly French name, actually.
You're from France?
I'm from Paris, yeah. In France.
Oui. That's amazing. And what brings you here to Santa Fe?
Indian Market, sure. I came here the first time 4 years ago for Indian Market.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah, well, a little bit. I came here first time 4 years ago, and well, actually, I have to say I fell in love with Santa Fe and the Southwest.
Really?
So I came back.
Let me ask you about art and Native American art, and as far as internationally, where does Native American art? Because we're so isolated. I am. That sometimes we don't recognize that there are, there's a whole world out there, because we're just kind of isolated. But as far as people from Europe, what's the market like out there? What do people think of Native Americans?
Whoa. It's a complicated question.
Yes.
But I don't know. In fact, I'm a museum people, and I got my PhD on museum studies. I studied the collection of Native American artifacts in French museums, and there's a lot of collections of Native artifacts in French museums. So a lot of French people know things about Native American. French people came in the United States, well, in North America since the 17th century. So there's a long relationship between French people and Native American. But today, I don't know, it's...
Let me ask you this. Do people from... Because we've been sort of, I don't know, sent to this realm of historical relics, which we're not, which you can see.
Of course.
But do Europeans see us that way? Or do they recognize our true being, that we're still alive? And because here's what I'm thinking, is that I think art and the Santa Fe Indian Market and everything that's going on here can actually change the perception. And are we thinking along the same lines?
Yeah, I think it's well, there's a long work to do, very hard work to do, but I think it's the beginning in France. But last year, French television was here in Santa Fe for Indian Market.
Really?
And there was a big presentation of Indian Market at the 8 p.m. news on French television, so it's the biggest news on French television. So everybody has seen what is Indian Market and how Native American are today, how they live today. And some museums and some galleries in Paris, for example, are doing exhibitions about Native modern art.
Modern,
yeah.
Okay.
So it's not just antique artifacts in old museum, in old store cases.
Good.
There's both, actually.
Okay. Well, I really want to thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And, I hope to see you in France sometimes.
Of course.
You should invite me
Absolutely.
to go to Paris.
You're welcome in Paris when
can...
you want. I'll be your guide in Paris.
Okay, thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup.
Eloise, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. And, you didn't have to be here right on time, but you did, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate your
I have my
companions over there. Yes. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And okay, so as we move on, we showed you the trailer from Kyle Bell earlier on Native Evolution. And so what we want to do now, I got a chance to talk to him. Like when was it? Yesterday, after he won the award, and we got a chance to talk to him. He's a very bright young man, and he's a filmmaker. He's made 2 films, and so right now we want to go to this interview that we did with Kyle Bell yesterday, right after he won Class X, Best of Class X, Moving Images, which was sort of what we were talking about, and we want to go to that. Can we go to that right now? Are we there yet? There we go. Let's bring it. I'm here with Kyle Bell at the Convention Center here in Santa Fe, and we are here to congratulate him. He just won with Class Moving Images? Yes, Class X. And let people know a little bit more about Class X. They call it Class X because it was the 10th classification at the Santa Fe Indian Market. Now there's 11, I'm told. But anyway, congratulations. Yeah, Oklahoma, another Okie winner. I'm Santa Claus. Oh, I'll let you know. But first of all, tell me about this film. What's the name of it?
It's called Native Evolution, and it's about a street artist. He's from Montreux, and he's been getting into
know, for the past year or so, and I first met him. I met him at Festival, and I just his work really stuck out to me. Really, I knew I wanted to do it.
Is this your first film?
This is actually my second film.
Wow, you already won the second film.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, okay, so what is street art? I mean, because did you just find a place and just, do you have to get permission, or you just go start painting?
Yeah, a lot of places you have to get permission. They go, what he was doing, I seen a mural he was doing, building a cultural program, and he got permission to paint the whole wall of this old boarding school. He did huge Native American portraits, and that's what really inspired us.
What's his name?
His name's Stephen Graham.
Stephen Graham.
And he's now the road seminary education.
Have you been to that market before?
I haven't. This is the first time. This is awesome.
So you're a celebrity now.
I am, but once you get out,
I need to get that guy.
yeah.
I'll bring it to a film festival.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe at some point we can run that on our new network.
Yeah. I filmed it for the past 6 months. You know, it's been awesome.
And how much has the new technology assisted you?
Shot everything on the Sony A7S and the 8K7. And I edited in Sony movies. So on your computer? Yeah, on my computer. So anybody can do it.
I couldn't. But, well, if I tried, I can win this.
Right, yeah, you can do that.
All right, Kyle, thank you very much. Congratulations.
So we're going to bring in Nakota Lawrence, and Nakota Lawrence is someone who you guys have to meet. Cirque du Soleil, is that what it's called? Cirque du Soleil? And I mean, this guy, when I first met him, when I first saw him on YouTube, and when I first saw him, it was just, I mean, this guy is incredible. He's incredible. He has incredible talent. He's a great dancer. And Leon and I were there on Thursday night at the opening of Indian Market, and it was just incredible. And this guy is. We did a little short interview. I have to tell you, he's a very humble young man. He's a very humble guy. And you know, the thing about him is that he's just very native. I don't know what that means exactly. But you know, you have to be part of a tribe to gain a certain humility about yourself, and this guy owns it. And you know, he's been around the world. They took him in, and this is something that you got to see. So first, we're gonna play an interview, real quick, with Nakota Lawrence from the Cree Nation. So let's run this.
Santa Fe Indian Market, and I'm with
Nakota Lawrence.
Nakota Lawrence. And we first met a few years ago when you were our Native in the Spotlight on a radio show, and you had just gotten a job with
Cirque du Soleil Totem. I did about 3 years with them.
Right.
Amazing show.
And before that, And are you still with them?
I'm in their special events department right now, and I'll be going back to Totem, but not right now. Right now, I gave them my sister, kind of handed them my sister. There you go.
Is she as acrobatic as you?
She's good. She's her acrobats aren't as good as mine, but her dancing and her spirit and her intense focus on her character, it gets stronger each time I go and visit him, which is powerful.
And do you still hoop dance?
Yeah, of course. I'll be doing something right here.
Oh, you're going to be
about
doing
8, yeah.
Okay, great. We'll videotape it. Now we're running we got a new website called Native Media Network, and we're going to be able to run programming 24/7. So we'll run this Saturday.
I got to do the Pan Am opening games.
I saw that's what I was going to ask you.
If I get to do something big every now and then, I'm cool doing the small stuff.
Where was that?
No, this was in Toronto at the Blue Jays Stadium.
Yeah, the Blue Jays. Okay.
And how many people were there?
There were probably about cast of probably about 300 maybe, just for the whole show. And that's not including technician, you know.
But I mean in the stadium.
In the stadium, how many can it hold?
I don't know, probably about 70, 80,000.
Something like that, definitely. Yeah, definitely around there.
All right, Dakota, thank you very much, sir.
Not at all.
All right, good luck with everything. And do a good hoop, man.
As you'll see on the plaza, the basic setup is the same. I mean, it's really this. If you've been a long time, visitor or an observer of Indian market, the plaza is going to be the plaza. We're going to have the walk and the booths and we're going to bring you that live here in just a little while. But there's been some new additions which I kind of like to promote and talk about. But the thing is that it's all about evolution. It's all about evolving and keep moving forward. And one of the things that I really like to talk about when it comes to Native nations is that we're not stagnant. We're not a stagnant culture. We keep moving. We keep moving forward. And we never forget our history. And one of the great things about Indian market is that it blends history with modern times. It blends them together, and there's no doubt that this is one of the premier events in Indian country. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And so there's new things happening. They had this new event the other night, and to kick things off, they had Dakota Lawrence, who, like I said before, is from the Cree Nation, I believe. I hope I'm right. And he's a hoop dancer. He's a world champion hoop dancer. And when you say world champion, the hoop dance only comes from North America, and pretty much it's spread across the land. And if you've never seen this before, you're going to enjoy this. Because and also he's from he's a performer in what's it called, Cirque du Soleil. And I mean, if you were a young man and to be able to travel the world like that, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'd make it out alive. But we're gonna run that right now. It's kind of like I say, it's a funky hoop. So let's check that out. that was an amazing performance. I actually got to be, I don't know if you guys actually saw where I became part of that show. Did you see that? That was, I got to bring, he one of his hoops rolled out and went under the audio stand and rolled in the back, and then this lady brought it back, and she just set it by the speaker, and I was like, no, you need 5 hoops to make the final circle. So anyway, I don't know if you saw that. Did we see that? Was I in there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you were in there. Okay. All right, I was in there. Okay, we want to tell you once again that this is the Santa Fe Indian Market, and it is one of the premier events in Indian country. It happens every year. It's been happening for 94 years. There's a whole history to it. And, you know, we have our historian on hand here, Harmon, who could tell you more about it. And Harmon, if you don't mind, can you slide back in here? And let's talk about the really the history. I mean, what have you learned about the history of Indian Market? Because you know, I think it started out as just sort of a plan to maybe, you know, there were people, and there was I think it was about the trains, wasn't it? Do you remember that?
The whole thing started really with the Indians that were selling their arts at the palace of the governor's portal.
Okay.
And a bunch of collectors, I don't know who they were.
Right.
There is one book that was written about the history of Indian Market 2 years ago, I believe, by Bruce Bernstein, who was at the time the director of Indian Market.
Right.
And he did a book that really outlines the whole history of Indian Market in quite a bit of detail. We have that book on Indian Country Books for those who might be interested in looking at it. But it progressed where you know, the best communication in the world is tell an Indian. Orrin Lyons told me a story where things that happened on the East Coast, people on the West Coast would know within 48 to 60 hours.
And this was like in the early 20th century.
No, this is way beyond.
Oh, even before that.
Wow. Conquests of the Spanish on the West Coast, the Spanish on the East Coast. The exchange were there, but the tribes were all self-contained. But they knew what was coming. They knew the visitors were coming to the New World, but they were not prepared for the onslaught and the conquest that came.
I mean, who could be prepared for that?
No one could be prepared. Their motivation was one of welcoming the new visitors.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the welcome mat was taken along with everything else. But the communication, tell an Indian, is one of the strongest communication media out there. I mean, if you look at tweets, if you look at Facebook, Indian Country knows, and we hope to be a part of that chain. Now, Indian Market progressed. More and more people wanted to show their work. The Harvey House, which at that time was the La Fonda Hotel, was the end of the Santa Fe Trail.
Wow.
So they started promoting the Indian Market and bringing in tourists. That happened with the whole Roosevelt phenomenon of bringing the Easterners to look at the West and to look at the culture. And, you know, for outsiders, non-Indians, the culture of the open heart has a common attachment to it. Everybody can understand that the Indian culture is the indigenous culture. That is where we're living on Indian land. And we're benefiting from the Indian culture. The whole concept of democracy is an Indian construct. What's happening to democracy right now, I think, is a very positive thing. People are questioning once again. They're getting involved. So democracy shouldn't be a static rule. People have to examine for themselves what's good for them. And that all is an Indian construct that goes to the longhouse, it goes into the kiva structure, it goes into the whole Indian society that the Anglos like myself are beneficiaries of it. So I look at myself, a lot of people say, are you Indian? So they know I'm a beneficiary of Indian culture and a catalyst for it. It really belongs.
Well, you know what, Armin, I'm part white, but I can't prove it. I can't prove it, but I'm somewhere down there.
Somebody snuck in.
Yeah.
So I think that's the case with everyone.
Anyway,
But here we are in Indian market, and
Yeah.
it has progressed right now from just having a bunch of Indians sitting around the portal into 1,000 artists from all over the country.
It's amazing.
Attracting an international audience. This is the media. We're going out there with that media.
And you know, let me just mention that although we're just broadcasting, we're streaming live right now here on NDN1.com, Native Media Network. We caught a bunch of video, and so we're going to bring you more coverage as we move along, because our new cameraman,
our whole
tech
team
guy, the whole team,
has been out there
Robert,
covering.
everybody, we've made an effort here to really try to cover Indian market, and we're trying to bring you really let's see, what's the word? We want to bring you the essence of it, because it's a huge event, and you have to be here. And what we're saying is that we're doing the best we can as far as trying to bring you coverage, and we're going to go out on the plaza. I'm looking forward to that here in a little while, and we're going to try to bring you live coverage on the plaza in just a few minutes, and we're going to bring in some more guests. We're also going to be broadcasting tomorrow from 11 a.m. Mountain Time to 2 p.m. Mountain Time, and so we're going to have 6 hours of coverage. But one of the things that really stood out, and you could talk about this, Harmon, is that there's the best of show. There's the best of show. And, okay, and I got to tell you, I really got to tell you that I've lived in New Mexico for 20 years and heard of Indian market for 25 years of my life, but I never really understood what actually happens here. So the process, now that Native Media Network has got involved in this whole process, I'm starting to sort of realize what's actually going on. And yesterday, we went to the Best of Show Awards luncheon ceremony, and we got a free lunch, by the way. Dallin, we got you. We got that, what was it, like a $200 lunch or something?
It was very
and
good.
we slipped right in like we were invisible. But anyway, the point is that they have this award ceremony on Friday in the midday, and let me have you talk about it, because Harmon, you've been around way more than I have, and this is just I'd never seen it, and I always wondered how it happens, and we're gonna show what happens here in a little while, but talk about the importance of it, the significance of it, and why artists are so willing to try to win this award. What does it mean to either win a certain category, and then also to win the prestigious Best of Show.
Well, Thursday night, the whole story begins.
Right.
The artists arrive right now at the Santa Fe Convention Center.
Yep.
And they bring in all of their artwork in blankets so nobody can see it. And it's received and put into the different categories of art, whether it's painting, whether it's pottery, whether it's jewelry, whether it's beading, and all of the many categories that I think you're going to see the the announcement or the judging announcement for each one of the categories a little bit later on with Dallin Mabey, who's the director of SWIA, doing the announcements. An incredible show, just incredible honor. The artwork is received by a team of judges that are secretive, and most of the judges come from all over the United States. We just had one judge that came in from Paris, France, the Eloise that we interviewed, and they judge the different categories based on their interpretation of the art, the quality, which is very, very important, and the representation of the art within that category itself, and bring it out for, I think the team of judges, a little bit over 100 different judges that come from all over the country. And it's a secretive process. They're all sworn to secrecy.
I know, we tried to interview a couple of them, and they were like, sorry, we can't talk.
Yeah.
So.
And so they have really impressive banners or awards that they give. And
ribbons.
Ribbons, that's the word I'm looking for. And the ribbons can then be displayed into the individual booths.
And we want to take people out there here in just a
moment. Yeah, absolutely.
Because us sitting here in this Galleria, the Plaza Galleria, which, by the way, is featuring the Marcia Keegan exhibit of her, lifetime
photography of Pueblo life.
Exactly, Pueblo life. We want to mention that, but at the same time, this isn't Indian market.
No,
what's happening out there is a totally different thing. But let me segue here. In that, okay, so what you were just describing as the awards and the judging process, it all culminated yesterday. And we were there to bring you coverage of it. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to bring you coverage of Indian market, what really happens in the Indian market. And so what we want to do is set up the award ceremony. Go ahead.
Note to that is that you may have a pot that would normally sell for $600,000. The minute you have the award or best of category or best of show, that pot skyrockets in price, and this supports the art. These are not what I would call mainstream New York gallery artists that are flaunting a name and can just sign something. This is the entry level into that art world and making a reputation that then is recognized through it. And people like Mateo Romero, there are dozens and dozens of people whose careers were launched by being the best of show.
Here in Santa Fe.
Through Indian Market.
Right.
And
you can't put a price tag on that.
You cannot put a thing because it launches a career.
Right.
Okay. And I'll apologize for not remembering all of the artists just at this point. But
I mean, if you started the list, Harmon,
you have to go on.
You have to go on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
So
Mateo,
you should thank us for just mentioning your name at all.
Yeah.
You should donate something for us. No.
Yeah. Anyway, so, and the money that's made here in Indian Market sustains most of the families for the entire
That's
year.
a great point.
It is the Christmas gifts. It is the money for the slow season. And so the importance of Indian market is not just art, but it's also the money and the sustenance that it brings to the community itself. So every pot that's bought goes right into the artist. There's no collector or no dealer that's in the middle of it. So that's why it's important to look at the art and the artist, to buy directly.
Okay. What we want to do is we want to really want to show the people, Leon, what's really going on here, because we're just in this galleria, just right off the plaza. I mean, we're just a few feet away from the action. But first of all, I want to show you what happened yesterday, because it's an important part. And I'm learning all this stuff on. I mean, like I said, I've been here 20 years and heard of Indian market, but I've never really understood what the whole process is and why it's so important, why it's has such prestige. And so this has been a great learning experience for me.
And Dallin maybe was a Best of Show recipient about 10 years ago
and now,
for beadwork.
Yeah.
And now he's running the
Yeah.
whole thing, so it really has an incredible significance.
And
for him.
I've interviewed many artists who say that this Indian market was what launched my career, and so all those young artists out there who are thinking that can I do it? Yes, you can. Yes, you can do it.
Absolutely.
And Indian market is just one venue in which you can apply but not only is it one, I think it's number one. I think it's number one. And I just encourage all young artists and it's the thing I tried to emphasize earlier was that it's expanding. It's not just the old traditional arts anymore. It's expanding. And but okay, so back to the agenda here. We had a chance to go in yesterday and with our press passes. And by the way, I don't know if you can see this, but Sitting Bull, I thought this was funny. Sitting Bull is on our is on the press pass.
He's
And
watching over
I
us.
think he was an artist, in and of himself. But anyway, I thought that was just really awesome. He kind of reminds me of Robert. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, okay, so are we ready to roll? Okay, this is the award ceremony. It's going to be about 19, 20 minutes, and we're going to roll it and enjoy it. And this is what happens on a Friday at Indian Market in Santa Fe.
All right, thank you, John. For those of you who are newer, and for those of you who are returning, my name is Dallin Mabey. I'm Northern Arapaho and Seneca. I'm currently the Chief Operating Officer for SWAIA, and I'm extremely delighted to present the awards program for 2015 in our 94th Indian Market. It has been a phenomenal experience over this last year. Last year we jumped right in, produced a fantastic event, had a lot of great record-breaking success on a lot of different levels. It was very exciting, and it was very difficult to try and figure out how we were going to kind of top that this year. And it's not that we're trying to top it, it's just that we're trying to match it. And I think this year's award program is a great reflection of how phenomenal the quality and the standard is for our artists. We did a lot of things differently. We're trying to make this organization a little more efficient. We're trying to elevate the standards, and the juried competition reflects that. When you peruse the room this afternoon, you really are seeing some of the finest art that Indian country is producing. I'm absolutely grateful for our judges. They were selected for their expertise, for their collection, for their knowledge, for the way that they've spent their lives surrounding themselves with Indian art. They are curators, collectors, a few gallery owners, just people that know what they're looking for. They've seen it for years and years and years, and it's reflected in these amazing awards that you see before you. We want to thank a few people real quickly before we start announcing the Best of Class winners as well as the special awards, and then we'll make our Best of Show announcement. We'd like to thank the City of Santa Fe and the Convention Center. Melanie and her crew have been fantastic in helping us create a wonderful, wonderful presentation that is respectful and appropriate for the quality of art that you see before you. We want to thank some of our donors and sponsors, the Santa Fe New Mexican, who helps produce our official booth guide and artist guide. We want to thank Native Peoples Magazine for being our official magazine, for being a partner with us as we present Native art to the world. They sponsored a wonderful kickoff party last night. If you weren't able to be there, we had the opening of the Indian Market Edge show, proudly sponsored by Joanne and Bob Balzer. The reception itself was phenomenal. There was the kickoff party was full of some light installations, the opening of the Edge show. There was an urban art battle, some large format live performance art done by Mateo Romero and Aaron Kinate in regards to the missing and murdered Indigenous women. Some of that stuff is still outside. You can see it a little later on tonight. It was just been a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. We're grateful for JLH Media and their ability to help us fulfill our mission, tell the world about our narratives and about the wonderful things that are happening here in Santa Fe. I am relatively knowledgeable about the awards program here. I've been showing as an artist at Santa Fe since 2001, and I honestly didn't realize the importance of the awards program until 2007. It was actually my brother who convinced me to actually come to the awards program. I was busy working on some last minute stuff, but as I look out on some of these artists here with us today, I'm extremely glad you are here. For those of you who are veterans, it's still exciting. It's still great to be recognized by your peers and by the Indian art community. For those of you who are new, it's amazing, and you will enjoy the ride for as long as you are here and participating in the Indian market. Without further ado, I would like to get started. Some of you have already seen some of the award winners, but what we'd like to do is, as we call you up, we're going to leave the ribbons on the table so they stay on the table. We've had a few walk off in years past, and it's great to see those ribbons accompany the piece this evening during the sneak and general preview. So please, I'm just going to give you a handshake, and I'm going to give you approximately 11.4 seconds to tell us your life story and the inspiration behind your piece. Not that short, but I'll keep it short. So I don't have a hook, but I have these big, huge hands, and if one of them appears on your shoulder, it's about time to start wrapping it up, okay? We do have lunch available. It'll be available till 2, maybe 2:30, depending on how long this program goes. But we are going to try and keep it very short and concise because I know that you guys want to get throughout the room and just see all this wonderful art. Okay, here we go. Classification 1 jewelry. Sponsored by the Bernard Lewis Charitable Trust. Goes to Ernest Benally. Is he with us this afternoon? He might still be in Gallup. So he's here in spirit. I'm going to say thank you on behalf of Ernest Benally. Most of our artists sometimes are still working up until the bitter end, but that's just part of the excitement of Indian Market. Please check out his piece. All the best of class, as well as the special awards, are here with a few exceptions. Blue Rain Award is still hanging, so please check that out when you get a chance. Okay, we'll move right on to Best of Class 2, Pottery. It is sponsored by Maureen Hamilton and Ben Crane. Are they here? and that goes to Nancy Youngblood.
Kind of high up. I'm just going to say thank you to Swaya and all the judges. This is my 41st video market, and the last time I won this award, I was pregnant with my oldest son, Chris, who won it last year. So I'm thrilled. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. The next classification, classification 3, in paintings, drawings, graphics, and photography, sponsored by Ann Griffith Ash and a few other SWIA donors, goes to David Dalasoya. Come on up. Let's give him a big round of applause.
I'm really nervous, so. David Dalasoya Jr. from Hopi and Laguna from Haute-Villa. I was born and raised in Southern California, so my piece, the painting here, has kind of got a mix of urban and Hopi, taken home quite a bit, and also the street life stuff too, with lowriders and airbrushing. So it's all a mix, but the feeling and spirits are all there. So thank you everybody for being here and supporting all the other artists too. Thank you.
Okay, Best of Class 4, Wooden Public Figurative Carving and Sculpture, sponsored by Roger and Paula Layden Foundation, goes to Bryant Mavasta Hanyoti.
They don't make Hopis this tall. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for having me, and thanks to SWIA and the judges and family and friends for all the support. I know artists depend on that support when you're tired and have those hours of work and aching backs and hands and eyes. That support is all you need and gets you through. So thank you, everyone. I also like to thank my students, past and present, for sharing their experience with me, and my principal for letting me off of school for 3 days. And so thanks, and hi everybody at First Mesa. I'm from Haute-Villa, from Coyote Clan, and I'm just blessed and thankful for being here. And today my dad's here with me. Last year it was my wife and my daughter, and everything that I've learned and the techniques that I've been inspired by was taught to me by my dad. So I'm very thankful and proud that he's here. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Got to be smarter than the microphone, right? Okay. The next classification, classification 5, in sculpture, sponsored by Gary, Brenda, and Haley Rettenberg. And the winner is Choice Ice. I was going to go into a whole other thing, but please come up. Congratulations. You know, there's always a challenge in trying to find what represents the technique and expertise involved in a certain classification. Interestingly, this classification sculpture involves everything from monumental bronzes to large stone pieces to glass to also figurative carvings. This piece may be small in stature, but it is rich in expertise and technique, and so I'm really excited for this sculptural piece.
Yeah, I think all us Pueblo people don't grow tall. I don't think anyone need to say anymore. I think that one said it all. Yes, my name's Charles Ice. I'm from Pueblo, Zuni. I am a fetish carver, traditionally. I'm a fetish carver. My grandfather, George Halu, started carving in the 1930s, and he is the foundation of what I do. And I'm a third generation carver. And I would like to thank my grandfather and my two uncles, Miguel and Raimi Halu, and my late brother Kovan. All these people have gone before us, and I pay them a lot of respect for what I do. And I also like to thank Ray. He's my partner, and he's part of the reason I come up with some really unique ideas. We brainstorm together, we feedback off of one another of what we do, and yeah, that's what I do. So thank you. I also like to thank Sawaya and the staff and the volunteers for all the hard work that they do. Thank you.
Okay, Best of Class 6 Textiles, sponsored by Shiprock Trading. There's Jed Faust in the room, if you recognize him. This one goes to D. Begay. Could you please come up if you're here? Give him a big round of applause. Congratulations.
They make Navajos tall. Well, thank you very much. I feel very fortunate to be here today representing my Navajo weaving culture. And I come from Arizona, a very small community called Sedlane, but I live here most of the time here in Santa Fe now. And I want to thank Suaya for giving me this opportunity to be here. I feel very fortunate, and thank you very much.
Okay, Best of Class 7 Diverse Art Forms, sponsored by Susan Jacques. Are you here? Just raise your hand. All right. That award goes to Sandra and Jamie Akuma. No Jamie, no Sandra this afternoon. We do keep her quite busy. She's one of our designers in our couture fashion show. She is a 3-time Best of Show winner here at Indian Market, as well as a 2-time Best of Show winner at the Heard Museum. She's very accomplished. Her pieces are the contemporary and traditional dresses that you see up here on the stand, so please come check them out. All right. The next classification is Classification 8, Beadwork and Quillwork, sponsored by Catherine and Nicholas Carlozzi and Austin Box. Are they in the room? Oh, hi, Catherine. And that award is presented to Jackie Bread. Please come up, Catherine. Oh, okay. Jackie, are you here? Oh, sorry. Please come on up.
Oh, thank you, Swaya. This is so unexpected and just mind-blowing to me. My name is Jackie Larson Britt. I'm from Browning, Montana. I'm Blackfeet. And I would like to thank my family for all of their support, always, when I'm working. If you don't know, beadwork takes really a long time to do. And they're very, very supportive of me doing this. And thank you all for being here.
Okay, our next award is in Classification 9, the Youth Award. It is sponsored by various SWIA donors and sponsors, and that award goes to Cameron Growing Thunder. Come on up.
Hello. Good morning. Or is it? Okay, morning. Hi. My name is Cameron Haiti Growing Thunder. Taksujinchina. First, I would like to thank the inspiration for my piece. Spotted Tail for his belief in education. I'd like to thank him, and I'd like to thank Swaya for making all this happen. And then I'd like to thank my sister and my mother and my wonderful grandmother. Thank you. Yeah, and thank all you guys too for coming.
All right, thank you. Our next classification, classification 10, is one of our newest additions. It is a wonderful adaptation and evolution of our traditional storytelling and narratives. It is classification X, moving images, sponsored by Fox Audience Strategy. And that award goes to Kyle Bell. Is Kyle here today? All right, come on up. Give him a big round of applause. After the awards program is finished, we will have this, it's a short 14-minute video. We'll just kind of have it on loop, so if you get a chance, please check it out. We'll be showing it tonight as well.
Yeah, my name's, well, first, thank you for everything. I want to thank SWAIA, all the judges. I dedicated the last 6 months to making this documentary on the artist Stephen Grounds, and it's been a wonderful journey, and my goal is just to hopefully, you know, whether you're an artist, musician, filmmaker, just keep being creative, and that was the ultimate goal. And I also want to thank, you know, my family, friends, Papaco Tribal Town back in Oklahoma where I'm from, so I appreciate everything.
All right, thank you. Our last classification is classification 11, basketry, sponsored by Jan and Stonk Colts. And that award goes to Carol Martley Douglas. Please come on up. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Carol Martley Douglas. I'm Northern Arapaho and Seminole. And the basket I did is a tribute to mothers and burden baskets. So it was like a story of the mothers and the burdens that they carry. So if you have any questions about, I have a long list of materials, so if you want to talk to me later, I could tell you what they are. I'd like to thank SWAIA and the judges for giving me this opportunity, and I appreciate all the work that they put into putting this on. So, Mado.
This is I'm part vampire, and the sunlight hurts my eye.
Okay.
Harmon, how?
Beautiful day.
We're streaming live, actually.
Wonderful. Well, we have
Who shall we go to? We're looking at different booths here. Let's talk to this young lady right here. Excuse me, ma'am. We're streaming live on the internet right now. And are you enjoying yourself so far?
Very much.
Have you been to Indian Market before?
This is my first time. I'm
Really?
excited. Yeah, it's my first time.
You look good.
Yes.
And okay, so Colorado came down first time, and it's what made you come?
It's so amazing. What made me come?
Yes, this
Last
year.
time I was in Santa Fe, I was 21. It's my birthday. And so
What?
my husband brought me
Can we
down.
sing happy birthday?
No, don't do that.
Okay.
I shouldn't have told you that. But the jewelry really brought me. The jewelry, to look at all the beautiful jewelry.
Well, let's see. What do you have?
Oh, that one's some Rocky Mountain earrings. Yeah, I'm so glad I got mine.
People here for the first time. People here come here every year, and it's just amazing that it keeps going on and on and on. Let's talk to a couple more people, then we'll head back. And by the way, Leon, what? Oh, the innovator.
That's true.
Now here's something that we keep kind of sort of pressing. We've been pressing for the last
for our first few hours of broadcasting is that there are innovators, and art is changing, but this kind of stays the same. You know, this stays the same, but it's also changing, and get the innovators ready because we want to really promote them as well. But I hope we can move into the plaza. Let's try it. Let's try it. Go. Native Media Network and NDN1.com. Okay, I hear music. Let's go. Let me go earlier this year, by the way. Okay. Hopefully we're still broadcasting live. And this gentleman right here, gentlemen, we're broadcasting live. So come on. See how Indians are? There's a veteran. You veteran? Can I talk to you for a second? Hold on, Robert, right here. This gentleman right here. We are broadcasting live on the internet on a channel called NDN1.com. And tell me a little bit about your military service. And first of all, your name.
My name is Jerry Kirksey. Been in the Army for 21 years.
Yeah.
She's out here spending all this money. But it's just great.
Oh, hoop dance. We already showed Dakota Lorenz.
Oh yeah, I know.
Now this guy right here looks like he could be a good interview too. How you doing? We're streaming live. So live. Oh, all right. And from the Second Fox station. Yeah, I used to do Native American College, but not anymore. So we're doing a new thing, and best of the best artists. United States, Canada, and Mexico. That's what I see. Oh! That's the only I meet a lot of people. You're with Swire? No, I volunteer. It's my third time volunteering for under. Right, Swire. Yeah, awesome. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. All right. I think we should probably start moving back. Awesome. Yeah, let's head back, Robert. And you know, there's so many events that are taking place. You can't catch them all. You have to sort of pick and choose which ones you're going to go to. But certainly, you want to sell it? No, I'm just kidding. How much? I'm just kidding. All right. A trade? No, thank you. We're moving along. There's so many people here. It's just, I mean, you know, the great thing about this whole. But let's move back into the studio. I don't know what time it is. I'll bet you. 15 minutes. I'll bet you there's a guest there.
How are you? Doing okay?
Good Santa Fe. Margaritas. That's the only route. That's the only route. Tea? That sounds Navajo. Yes, it is. I'm Sack and Fox.
I'm a regular weirdo.
Oh, so you know what?
I like to look at the people's art, everything. It's the best place to be.
Do you think that it keeps getting better?
Oh yeah, it does. Huh? The art keeps getting better, so people keep coming out with new stuff. So everything's awesome.
Are you an artist?
Yes, I am.
What do you do?
I do service.
Oh, really? I need a good bracelet. I got robbed. My house got robbed in Albuquerque.
Oh, no, that's
No, my,
to meet
talk
you.
to later. All right.
That's cool.
So we just gave a little glimpse of what's going on out here. We could have went up to the stage, which we might do tomorrow. I don't know. We're winging this thing. We're going back into the studio. So we're just right off the plaza, as you can see. And hopefully we captured all that. And hopefully there's a couple of guests that are waiting to talk more about it. But what we're going to go back into the studio. There's the on. Did we get all that? Wow, you still live?
It's alive.
Okay, let's switch back.
There's also special that happens every year. And one of the special awards that happened yesterday was the Innovation Award. And I wish we had an image to show you because the winner of that was a double flute, and I mean I can't even think that I could even play a single flute. I can't even play a kazoo, to be honest with you. You know, these artists are so fantastic. These guys have so much talent. These women are just so talented.
And as we just showed you,
out on the plaza, this is where it all comes together. This is where it all emerges. Every single year, people look forward to it. It's almost like, you know, the powwow dancers and singers and the drums who emerge into Albuquerque and gather in nations every single April. This is where all the artists and now performing artists and now filmmakers and now just, you know, we love our traditions, and I'm the first one to tell you that we love our traditions, okay? But at the same time, we live in the 21st century, and so we have to evolve. We have to innovate. And there was a nice little session that we had yesterday at the award ceremony, the Best of Show Awards luncheon. By the way, we got a free lunch. I already mentioned that, right, Harmon? But Robert did. But we did. It was good, actually. But anyway, so right before that, we talked with Bernard Royale. Is that right, Harmon? Bernard Royale? Or Royale? Ewing. Ewell. Yeah. Okay. So we talked with them. And he had a judging. He sponsored the a special award for the Innovators Award. And we got a chance to talk with them, and I want to show you that because there's a lot of things happening here in NDN Market, and this was our interview with and in fact we had her on earlier, Eloise, and so.
All right, we're still here at the Best of Show Awards Luncheon here at the Convention Center in Santa Fe, and I'm here with an illustrious bunch here, and we've got Bernard Ewell, International
Fine Art Appraiser.
Art Appraiser. We also have with us all the way from you hear that? Did you guys get that? From Paris, okay?
That's France, not Texas.
Eloise Galliard. Okay, thank you for joining us. Also, we have Barbara Hoke, who now resides in Boulder, Colorado, and she was a special judge. And we're going to get into that. Don Gady from Boulder. Okay. All right. And I guess first of all, Bernard, tell us more about, because you were involved today in today's award show. in the special awards category in the innovation award. And tell us how you got involved.
Harlan, is one of the thrills of my annual Indian market experience. Because innovation, of course, is creativity sort of taken to a new level. And in something like Indian market, we really want to do everything we can to encourage not just doing another pot the way Grandma and Mom did, although that's where the heart and soul of it is, but to take it to a slightly different level. So as the person who sponsors this award, they said, well, you better choose the person who's going to get it. And I said, I don't think that's appropriate. I need people who know more than I do. I need people with a wider breadth. I don't think one person's eye is going to do it. So I was very fortunate to get these three splendid people. Yesterday was the
because when you win best of show, tell the people what that really means. And you kind of did earlier, but then you didn't.
If you've experienced the birth of a child, that is best of show. Seeing your work, and a lot of these artists have been working for 9 months to give birth to that thing. When they start working on it, they don't really know what it's going to be, and they keep going and going and going, and all of a sudden, whether it's a pot or whether it's a basket or whether it's a piece of cloth or whether it is a painting, it starts to take its own shape, because the true artistic form comes from somewhere that you can't contrive. It's one that is passed down. Now you need the craft and the skill that has been passed down or learned to be able to do it. So it's not something that you pick up a whole bunch of reeds or straw and it appears as a basket. You learned how to do it from someone. And that's the generation that comes through into the finished piece. So winning Best of Show, if you've experienced giving birth, is wonderful. Or if you're an athlete, it's your first home run. Pow! It's out of the ballpark.
See, because I've never given birth.
I haven't. If you've hit a home run, maybe.
No, I've never hit a.
I've scored a touchdown. But you know, she was so surprised, and it was just such a joy to see the expression on her face when she won, and to see. I mean, you know, you could walk around for weeks and not see a happy person, but to see Carol yesterday, I mean, she was happy. And that was just a joy.
Well,
and it brings
you're giving birth to your art, and all of a sudden, it has its own personality. And others can look at it and Google it and do what you do.
Well, I suggest that to this next clip that we're about to show, I suggest that maybe we have an innovators. A new class, because now we're up to 11 classes, or is it 11 or 12? I think it's 11, and I think there should be a new class for this, and I guess that's
12 is the magic number.
Involved, yeah. Okay, so let's roll that, and let's see what we have here, and this is all a part of the magic of.
Welcome to Santa Fe Indian Market. I'm Lee Mokino. This is a series of scenes, events, and activities that are going on throughout the weekend.
How are you doing? Good to see you. Good.
Back when it was just kind of small, and it was just on the other side of Baytown was all farm.
Excuse me, give me a second. I need to go.
Thank you.
think it would be. Like a piece of jewelry.
It's okay. It's fine.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, you can see here. So it's got the same one here. Okay, there's the artist.
It's a good one, isn't it?
The Wittenmeyers from Albuquerque.
And we'll be here all weekend. We've already met 2 or 3 of our friends, and we're looking forward to going the whole gamut. He made my necklace.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Smithsonian's National Museum of American Indians 2015 Native Cinema Showcase. I am also one of the Native Cinema Showcase programmers, along with my colleague, Melissa Bizzani. We are excited to be celebrating our 15th anniversary of Native and Indigenous cinema here in Santa Fe. In honor of our anniversary, we will be featuring celebrated retrospective film selections from previous showcases, as well as new selections from Native and Indigenous filmmakers. The showcase will run until August 23rd, so please come back and join us for this exciting anniversary showcase.
Yat thank you everyone for coming this evening. Sha'e nanaba beku nche kilichini nishle. Bilagana bashishin, torachini dashiche. Bilagane dashanella. Sorry, I'm trying to catch my breath. I had to run over here. But it's so great to have everyone here to see the premiere, the New Mexico premiere of Black Horse's new feature. And I do have some of my cast and crew here after 12 years coming together tonight for you guys. So thank you. And look forward to the Q&A.
I took care of some business for 4 years, so I feel way looser now, so I can do this. Black Horse thank you for coming out and being here for Flat and our film. I got cast and crew here, so we'll all be here afterwards. But I hope you enjoy the film. It's hopefully it'll scare you in the right ways, or make you stick around and laugh and make you feel everything else gross and whatever. So, but yeah, it'll be an experience. So have fun.
Our wireless mics, we only have one right now. So if you want to go down the row, introduce yourself and from what film you're in. Be great. Where's one?
I'm Mark Pettit, and I was in Chasing the Light.
I'm Wendell Mitchell, and I was in Chasing the Light as well.
Kelly Mitchell, I was a cameo in Flat and in Chasing the Light.
There's Cody Lightning. I played Foul-Mouthed Dallas, Chasing the Light.
I'm Sally Kiwayash. I played Destiny in Chasing the Light. And I also produced it. I am Nasheen Sleuth, and I played Mercedes in Chasing the Light.
Chasing the Light, Dave Begay.
My name is Scott Hale. I played Scooter in Chasing the Light. And that was Stuntweed. I want to make sure everyone knows Stuntweed.
Jason Asnap, I play Doral, as in the cheap cigarettes, in Chasing the Light.
Daniel Hyde, I play Pablo Manigotes in Casablanca.
Hi, Patricia Del Rio, I played myself in Chasing the Light.
Hi, my name is Rachel Cordova, and I played Davina in Flat.
My name is Diego Lopez, and I played Ernie in Flat.
For sure. Black Horse, what was the inspiration for Chasing the Light?
I just made a documentary. I just put a camera up and just followed my friends around. That's basically just Albuquerque, drugs, my friends, art, music. Yeah, just people I love to hang around with. So I just put a camera on that, getting my heart ripped out, but they helped me get out of that too. So, but also bless the woman who ripped my heart out, or else I wouldn't have the movie. So.
There you go. See?
I was here last year showing a film.
Yeah.
And Horse was like, "Oh, how long are you around for, Codes?" And I was like, "About a week." And he goes, "Hey, you want a part of my film?" I'm like, "Sure, can I see the script?" He goes, "There's no script." I was like, "Oh, sick. So what's my character?" And he's like, we just sat down, had a couple beers, and chatted for about an hour. And it's like, "How about you're Dallas from Alberta, living in Phoenix, and now you're in Santa Fe. And just be as rank as you can." And I was like, "Done." So I based my character off my dad and my uncle. Just sitting there, you can just hear them bicker back and forth, just F-bomb central. And it's just so normal. So I was just like, all right, well, I'll just take it back home.
Beautifully, by the way. And come back tomorrow for 1 p.m. Thank you.
My name is Camilla, and I liked how it was like really colorful. Like it had like a really dark like theme, but it was really funny the entire like duration of the film. So.
Great. And where are you from?
San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, great. Thank you. Hi. Your comment on Black Horse Lowe's film?
I thought the shots were really beautiful. He was able to capture a wide range of emotions in 10 seconds.
Letting you know that today's a different day.
Okay, you want me to take it?
I'm Peter Boom. I'm from Washington State, Tacoma area actually. And the work that I have is a mixture of painting, printmaking, carving. I brought a drum as well, a number of works. I'm a Coast Salish artist. Upper Skagit is my tribe, but we're one of the Salish tribes. And the work that I do is based on historic Salish work, and I do a lot of contemporary work with that foundation. So majority of my work is a mixture of real traditional things and then with a modern twist onto it. It'll be a very traditional design style, but really contemporary color scheme and color palette. And then the painting below it would be a more modern twist because you're using a scene instead of filling the space with a single image and creating a scene. Whereas the salmon piece down here is a very straight up traditional piece.
Each rib is done one line at a time. It's all by eyeball.
It's also done traditional style, firing outdoors with cedar
Letting you know that today's a different day.
Okay, yummy. Thank you.
I'm Peter Boom. I'm from Washington State, Tacoma area actually. And the work that I have is a mixture of painting, printmaking, carving. I brought a drum as well, a number of works. I'm a Coast Salish artist. Upper Skagit is my tribe, but we're one of the Salish tribes. And the work that I do is based on historic Salish work, and I do a lot of contemporary work with that foundation. So majority of my work is a mixture of real traditional things and then with a modern twist onto it. It'll be a very traditional design style, but really contemporary color scheme and color palette. And then the painting below it would be a more modern twist because you're using a scene instead of filling the space with a single image and creating a scene. Whereas the salmon piece down here is a very straight up traditional
Each rib is done one line at a time. It's all by eyeball. Thank you so much. And you can catch my stuff at Lindbox Gallery.
Doing.
Okay.
Go.
My name's Dominique Toya, and I do the micacia swirls, and I also do polish, and incorporating the mica and the swirls this year. It's really exciting to do something different for me, and I've got a great response to it. They're pretty much almost sold, and I'm just so thrilled that this career of mine as a potter and being the 5th generation of potters in my family has been going great. And it's an honor also that I was appointed to the board last year, and this is my first Indian market as a board member. So it's been really great. Everything has been awesome.
Your work is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Do you consider your work traditional or contemporary?
Well, they're both. My work is traditional as far as the clay, collecting the clay, cleaning the clay, and then forming them, coil building them. But my forms are contemporary. They're contemporary pieces. I love incorporating traditional and contemporary, but firing is also done traditional style. Firing outdoors with cedar wood, and then my black pieces, fire them with manure. So I'm incorporating both traditional and contemporary all at once.
I've had this spot at Market, I think 7 years. I think I did my first market back in 1975 or something. And then they eliminated a bunch of people from other tribes. And I was eliminated. And so I stayed out for 25 years. And then I came back, I reapplied and got back in and was eventually worked into this spot. And I love market. I love coming here and it's stimulating and exciting and people are fun and weird. That's what I like most of it, strange people.
And introduce.
I'm Anita Fields and I'm Osage. I'm from Oklahoma and I do primarily clay work.
Do you consider your work very modern?
I do consider it contemporary, but based in the thought of Osage philosophies and like the essence of who we are in terms of modern day people, but still with the thought of things that are that come from the very old.
Hi, Claudia.
Do you have a name for these figurines?
I
So can you give me your name, where you're from, and how long you've been participating in SWAYA?
My name is Judy Tafoya. I'm from Santa Clara Pueblo, and I've been in India Market for about probably, I would say, 10 years now. Yeah. I enjoy doing pottery, and it's a great venue to show my work and meet people.
Well, hello, who are you?
So would you introduce yourself and the kind of work that you do?
I am Glenn Dipshank. I am a contemporary, I guess I could call myself modern artist, traditional techniques, so forth. Not sure what, I'm going always in different levels. Like, I use these natural pigments and then the magic is always in the fire. I like to go further with it and kind of add to it with the designs and so forth. It was like in that matter. Yeah. This is my seahorse. This is something different. It's stone polish, it's white. I use circular motions on these. There's a face on there, you can see. So I don't mind doing seahorses, something underworld. These are my suggested forms. They're waiting. I always like effects with fires. I'm just happy to be here. It's nice to have these ribbons. Of course, there's some here with that kind.
He just kind of chills back there.
I'll go bold green chili.
Okay.
I'm gonna go pick out a couple of Christmas ornaments over here. It's just right around the corner. Well, everything has green chili.